Hi everyone, Happy New Year and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another handbag review for you on the Louis Vuitton Neverfull size MM in demi-ébène print. Similar to my previous review on the Speedy Bandolier, this video will also be covering a quick overview of the bag, including wear and tear, modeling shots, what fits inside, and lastly, pros and cons. Without further ado, let's get started. So this bag comes in canvas, emprunt leather, and epi leather, and it comes in 3 sizes. This particular one is the middle size of the 3. The measurements are 12.6 inches in length, 11.4 inches in height, and 6.7 inches in width. And this bag was made in 2014, so it's the older design without the pochette. The current version comes with a pochette, and it retails for 2,150 Canadian dollars at the moment. Going into the details of this bag, I just want to preface this by saying that I don't use this bag very often because I tend to pack light. I used to use it about 2 to 3 times a month for about 5 to 6 years, and I haven't really reached for it at all since the beginning of the pandemic, so there isn't too much wear and tear on the bag. As you can see, it is a big tote, or big open tote. I do find the canvas thicker and stiffer than the Speedy that I just reviewed in my previous video, and it seems to be darker shade of brown as well. I will do a review comparing the 2 bags in another video on the differences in the canvas, as well as my thoughts on which one to choose and so on. So definitely stay tuned for that. So back to this bag. As you can see, it is a little bit slouchy at the bottom. It's sagged a little bit with these creases, and that's really unavoidable because the canvas is thick and it has some weight to it. And I have been storing it standing up, which may have contributed to the slouchiness as well. And now I think instead of making it stand, I should probably lay it flat for storage purposes going forward. And this bag features double shoulder straps, as you can see. And they are quite thin. The fact that these are in treated leather makes them waterproof and weatherproof, but at the same time susceptible to wrinkling and potentially cracking from what I heard because of the coating on top of the leather. So as you can see, there is a little bit of wrinkling, not too prominent on the strap itself, but right here, as you can see, there is a bit of wrinkling on this side and here as well, and here. So on the sides, as you can see, there are these laces that you can use to cinch in the sides and make it smaller if you don't need the space, and it's more secure that way as well. And inside, there's also this clasp that you can use to clip onto the ring here to make it more secure. Interior, there is, let me unhook this first. Interior, there is the Louis Vuitton floral print, as well as the cursive Louis Vuitton writing, because this is the old model. I believe the new model has the block letters for Louis Vuitton and doesn't have the floral print. And there is the zipper pocket right here, which can fit a compact wallet, a phone, and it is It does feel like plastic, and I don't really know exactly what material that is. But I do believe that the new model has a different material inside of the pocket. And the date stamp is behind here, if I can find it right here. Can't really see it, but now you can see. And this was made in early 2014, I believe, possibly January, if I can show it a little bit better. And there are these D-rings, as you can see, even though there's no pochette, but there are D-rings, which, you can attach your keys or your own pochette. I believe that's the only D-ring in the bag. And that's everything about this bag, really. And I'll share a couple of quick mock shots, and then I'll get into what the bag can hold. For reference, I am close to 5'7" and average size, if you're wondering. I'll insert the mock shots right now. Now I will show you what can fit inside. I have everything with me and I'll start putting them in. So I'll just show you what can fit into this pocket here first. So I have my small wallet or card holder. I have a review on this, so please check it out. And it fits in fine. And I have a key holder. And it goes in perfectly fine. And I have my phone. And I have tested that the largest iPhone will fit as well. So you can zip it up with no problem. And also I do want to show you whether a long wallet will fit as well. If I were to swap the card holder out with a large Chanel wallet, and this, as you can see, it is quite long. And does it fit? In this case, it's probably easier if I just take everything else out first and try to fit it in. Yes, it fits in perfectly. And I do believe there's still a little bit of room left on the side. So you can put an even longer wallet if you want. And then there's the key pouch and the phone. And I can zip it up, no problem. So that's what fits in this pocket. And next, I'll start from the smallest item first. So I have a book and a notebook. You can pretend that this notebook is an iPad mini. Goes in. And then I have a water bottle. This is a really long water bottle, as you can see. And it goes in perfectly fine. And I have a cosmetic pouch from Shiseido. I love this pink. It goes in. And I have a binder. I don't have a laptop with me, but I'll show you whether this binder, or you can pretend that it is a laptop, would fit. Maybe I should put this in first. I'll take out the water bottle and put the binder in. And then the water bottle on the side, or maybe not. So it is pretty heavy, and I would not recommend that you lug around a tote with this much inside. But just for the sake of the video, I do want to show you what would fit in. So there's also a big scarf that I can put on top. So this is essentially what fits inside of this Neverfull. So now I have taken everything out because it looked a little bit distorted with all that stuff in. And as you can see, it's empty again. And now I want to talk about the pros and cons. Because it is a big open tote, it has all the pros and cons of a tote. So in terms of pros, the first pro to me is it is very practical and easy to use. It fits a lot, and the large opening makes it easy to get in and out of. And you can use it for many occasions where you need to carry a lot. It's good. It's a good work tote if your work is on the casual side, especially if you need to carry large items like a laptop or A4 papers. And it's also a decent travel bag to lug around for flights or for short trips, but definitely not for walking around because the straps do dig into your shoulder a bit and hurt your shoulders. Aside from travel, it's also good as a gym bag or a diaper bag or what have you. The possibilities are endless because it is a tote that you can just throw things in and go. And what makes it even better is that it is also stylish. You might think it's just a tote, but to me, it also has all of these little features that makes it a little bit more than just a tote. And the demi imprint gives it a slightly serious and put together look as well. And yet the design of the bag is still kept simple and clean, which I like, and goes well with almost any casual outfits. Another pro is the material on this bag is all weatherproof, and you don't have to worry much about getting it rained on or snowed on. The canvas is almost the same as the day I purchased it, and the leather portions don't really change colors over time when compared to the other canvas options. And last pro is that it holds its value quite well, especially with the price increase rising each year. If you do decide to sell it, you can get most of what you paid for, even with inflation in mind. Next, on to the cons. The first con is that, which I have demonstrated as well, when the bag is decently packed, it can get quite heavy on the shoulder after a while because of the thin and stiff straps. I definitely would not recommend walking around for hours with this on your shoulder, fully staffed. And the monogram and demi azure versions are better options because the straps in untreated leather are much softer if the treated leather is potentially an issue for you. Another pro is that the strap drop isn't ideal or isn't the most ideal, especially in winter when you are wearing heavy coats. It can feel a bit snug under your arm because the strap drop isn't very long to me. And the third con is that if you consistently carry a lot, there is a chance that these straps, I guess I'm talking about the straps again, may not hold up very well because they are so thin and they are in treated leather. I've never experienced issues myself since I don't use it too often. And when I do use it, I generally pack light. But I have heard other people having issues with these handles cracking or the leather peeling off on these handles. So it is definitely something to keep in mind in your decision making when it comes to purchasing this bag. The last con to me is that the canvas is quite stiff. It might be my particular bag, which is an older model, but to me, it is really a double-edged sword that it keeps its overall shape well because of the stiffness, but at the same time, there are these small creases, as you can see. Once formed, are very hard to get out. And you do have to be careful with storage, especially if you're not using it much. I typically stuff airbags in it, which has not worked out so well since the airbags are too light to hold the bag's shape. A better way to store it, in my opinion, is to use a base shaper or perhaps just lay it down flat, which is something I'm going to try out. So in conclusion, do I recommend this bag? Even though I don't reach for it much, I think it is a great bag to have, and I would recommend it especially to someone who is looking for a designer tote, and I think this is one of the best options out there. And because of that reason, it is quite popular and might be considered common in some people's opinion, which may or may not be a turnoff for you, which is something I would suggest to think through before purchasing. Personally, I don't really mind it since it is popular for a reason, because it is so easy to use. However, I do want to point out again that the treated leather on this bag is potentially prone to wear and tear. And if you are someone who carries a lot with you on a regular basis, definitely consider other canvas or leather options that are available. So that concludes my review on this Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM. I hope you guys enjoyed it or found it helpful. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider to subscribe and join me on YouTube. If you have any questions or would like to share your experience with this bag, please leave me a comment below, and I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great one, guys, and Happy New Year. Bye-bye.